We are live here at Petco Park. Final score here tonight, the Padres 4 and the Oakland A's 3. Sam Levitt with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park as we wrap this one up. Kyle Higashioka, the walk-off home run here tonight. Quite an ending, a dramatic ending for the Padres in the best of ways. And apologies, we've had some technical difficulties here tonight, so we're just getting to the Mike Shildt audio now. We'll have that for you in a moment. We'll also play my post-game interview with Kyle Higashioka. For those of you that like to watch on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, we are up on YouTube. So apologies here tonight. Had some technical difficulties, a lot going on. So we are up on YouTube. We are now, as they say, firing on all cylinders. So we've caught our breath here on the post-game show. A lot to get to here for Mike Shildt. Obviously a great game, great ending for the Padres, great result. But there was the moment with Jerks and Profar where he came out of the game. I have not seen anything on social media yet as far as the update is what Mike Shildt had to say. So let's get to it. Let's get the update on Profar and more as we hear from the Padres manager.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt. Presented by Sinley Food. Spice up your culinary life.
Big moment, Petco. You know, it's fun. You guys fought their tails off. You know, really played a good, clean baseball game. Good baseball game all the way around, but always good to leave the faithful Friar walking home and leaving Petco happy.
14th comeback victory so far this season for you guys. It just, you get the sense that these guys understand that they're never out no matter what's going on. You proved it again tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we prove it. I mean, that's just our identity. It's who we are. The guys not only believe in it, but, you know, execute it. So, you know, another tribute to the club for fighting their tails off.
As far as Vasquez goes, a lot of traffic, but he worked out of it. Sort of one of those classic made the pitches when he needed to.
Yeah, nobody's going to know the reference of Frogger maybe, but, you know, he dodged traffic all night, just kept, you know, leaving him out there. After the first pitch of the game, I mean, he was really, really good, and, you know, could have maybe sent him back out, but really as much traffic as he had and as hard as he had to work to get out of it, he had more than done his part to you know, earn the opportunity to get that win. But did a nice job, really nice job.
The way that you used the bullpen at the end there leads us to believe maybe there was some guys down that it didn't seem might be down, like Estrada. Is there?
Estrada was not available. He's sick. He's not here. Hard to picture him in your bedroom sick.
Wandy Peralta, who got up in the ninth, to go with Delo there. Can you just walk us through that? To go with De Los Santos there, who gives up kind of home runs from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, you got two right. It's his lane, right? We match up. The biggest one was Andahar. You know, he gets Rooker. We're in a 3-batter minimum situation, so when you go in, you get best chances are, and he's been really, really good. He's been really good. Delo, let me finish. You go ahead. You seem like you got something to say.
I thought you would slow down.
No, that's okay. He's been really, really good. He got his first guy. You know, he got a ball up and or put a swing on him. We know that lefties are not his strongest suit. We know that going to the inning. And he made a pitch and made him hurt. You know, simple as that. Is Wandy available? Absolutely. You saw him warm up for the 10th. Wasn't his lane. Sore knee. I mean, it's something he's been battling, you know, and he's been playing with a little bit. A lot of guys are banged up. He's been a real pro's pro as far as how he's doing it, pun intended. But, yeah, just a little bit more sore today, and it caught on him a little bit. We'll see about tomorrow, but I just talked to him. He's not overly concerned about, you know, what that looks like moving forward.
You talk about your trust in Morejon. You've been using him more and more. This is his first time going back-to-back.
Yeah, let's appreciate that. You know, I mean, Yuki, great job, send him out, you know, overcomes the walk. 1, 2, 3, Morejon, boom, 1, 2, 3. You know, guys really pitched well. They're earning more opportunities. Morejon is graduating to higher leverage that we've seen over the last several weeks and done a tremendous job, and he's a real weapon out of that bullpen. You know, so good for him, good for us.
How did the knee thing come about with Profar? Was it related to that collision he had with the wall the other day?
No, he's been playing, you know, with a little bit banged up.
Did this aggravated significantly, or as far as you know, or was this just it just hurt him?
You know, this is something that you can ask him as a better question. So I don't know how to tell you, but clearly it was more aggravated tonight. Yeah.
Estrada, do you know his status moving forward?
I don't. You know, I mean, unfortunately, he was really sick, and you know, made sure we don't know exactly what it is, but you know, he's throwing up, and saw a doctor earlier today, and just want to make sure he was okay and got a night's rest, and we'll evaluate tomorrow.
For a guy like Higashioka, who I think earlier this season you've kind of hit for him in some of those spots, but he's been hitting pretty well lately, and obviously he kind of earned that at bat there in the ninth inning for him to come through like that. Like, what does that say about the path he's been on at the plate?
Yeah, he's more than earned his at bat. I mean, good for him. He's done a nice job for us in both phases, and you know, he's got some pop. He's shown that more recently. You know, he's kidded. He'll say this to you, maybe not if you ask him, but you know, he's finally straightened out some balls. He's led the league in foul homers maybe, and the last week or so he's trying to straighten it out, made a little bit of adjustment with his swing that, again, he can relate to, that we talked about the other day with him. But clearly a huge swing for him and for us. That's a big win. That's a nice ball game. That's a good win all the way around.
Is Profar getting imaging or testing?
Perhaps. I mean, it's something, again, he's dealt with, and medically we have a handle on. Just a matter of, you know, how it acts up on him and how he's, you know, can continue to tolerate it.
But nothing that's happening now, post-game.
My guess is not. I think we've got a pretty good idea what this is and and we've been able to treat it and be ahead of it. Tonight, it just, you know, one of those nights that wasn't good for him.
Hi, Mike. What can you say about Fernando's hitting streak?
Oh, it's fun, isn't it? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know I am. I mean, what an at bat. I mean, you know, laser to right, you know, missile off the wall. Just, he's a tremendous talent that's, you know, locked into what he's doing right now.
And how important is to have a winning record by now at this point in the season?
It's always important to have the winning record, and we're just looking to continue to add on. So, yeah, we feel good about the win tonight for a lot of reasons, and that's a part of it.
That was Padres manager Mike Shildt after tonight's game here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building as we wrap this one up. Kyle Higashioka, the walk-off home run to win it for the Padres here tonight. The two most pressing updates there, aside from all the good stuff to talk about. Number one, we learned that Jeremiah Estrada, the reason he was unavailable tonight, and it did make you wonder because when De Los Santos came in the eighth inning, that's typically the Estrada spot, and really by usage, there would be no reason not to use him tonight. Well, we found out he's sick, and he wasn't even here. So that's why Jeremiah Estrada wasn't in tonight's game. You hope he feels better, and so hopefully he's back tomorrow. So that was one question. The other question was Jurickson Profar, and Profar apparently, now I without knowing anything, I put this in the category of hopefully good news. Apparently, he's been dealing with a sore knee. He grabbed for his left knee after that swing, came right out. Not a ton of information, it sounds like, to share beyond that, but it does sound like it's something he has been dealing with. So, you know, look, is that good news? Maybe, because at least it didn't pop out of nowhere, or whatever happened with that knee was not just something freak. So, we'll see what the status is with Jurickson Profar. Sounds like not a clear answer yet, whether he's going to get imaging on that knee or not. So we'll see tomorrow if he's in the lineup, and if not, what the prognosis is on Jurickson Profar. But I tend to lean on the side of maybe that's some good news. I'm no doctor, but maybe that's some good news, that it is something he's at least been dealing with, and maybe it's been sore, and maybe that aggravated it. So you hope it is nothing serious, bottom line, with Jurickson Profar. You hope it is just something he's been dealing with. Maybe there was a re-aggravation. You just hope it is nothing serious with Jurickson and that knee. So we'll see what the deal is with that tomorrow and in the days to come. A lot to still do on our post-game coverage. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll hear from Kyle Higashioka. We'll play my post-game interview with him. We'll hear our play of the game. We'll take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, try our best to cycle through some comments and whatnot here tonight, get you involved a little bit. Again, apologize for some of our technical difficulties as we went along here tonight. Final score, Padres 4, A's 3, as Kyle Higashioka walks it off. And you know what? Before we go to break, I think we owe you a station ID. So Nick back in the studio. Let's get to it. Let's quickly pause for station ID on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, this is Michael King. The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 station, 97.3 The Fan.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
Sam Levitt with you here on our post-game coverage inside the loft at the Western Metal Building. All right, now we'll go to break for real. Padres 4, A's 3, more post-game after this. Our post-game show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score here tonight, Padres 4 and the A's 3. A big walk-off win for the Padres. Kyle Higashioka, the walk-off home run in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Leadoff man in the ninth inning, facing the left-hander in Alexander, and he took him deep to win it for the Padres here tonight. Sam Levitt with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park. I caught up with Kyle Higashioka on the field right after his walk-off swing.
Kyle, you mentioned it on TV. You were facing more of a ground ball pitcher in that situation. How were you able to elevate to win the game?
Definitely not something I was trying to do, but when it got to 2 strikes, it was just about being in battle mode, and that was definitely the worst pitch he threw me all at bat. He was really doing a good job keeping the ball down, so luckily I was just able to keep it fair.
You take that swing, it goes over the fence. What are your emotions rounding the bases in front of a sold-out crowd here in San Diego?
Yeah, just to hear the fans was incredible. So, these kind of moments, they don't come often, so I think it's nice to cherish them when they do.
You got the Gatorade bath. Pretty cold?
Oh, yeah. I've been doing the ice tub, though, every day, so I'm kind of in my element.
All right, so you were ready for it tonight. Kyle, thanks so much for the time, as always. Great work tonight.
Thanks, Sam.
That was Kyle Higashioka right after his walk-off home run. And we'll talk a little bit more about Higashioka in just a second after our play of the game, because you look at the power he's provided as of late. It's been awfully impressive. And he went through a bit of a struggle there for a while, wasn't playing very much at all behind Luis Campusano, but credit where credit's due. He has been terrific for this offense and really this team as of late. So we'll talk a little bit more about Higashioka in just a moment. Let's quickly take a look at the full out-of-town scoreboard on this Tuesday.
Let's take a trip around the Bigs and tell you about the scores you need to know in our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Meat, where great taste meets integrity.
We take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. Everything has gone final across the major leagues. Dodgers beat the Rangers 15-2. Earlier in L.A., Dodgers hit 5 home runs in that game. Astros beat the Giants 3-1 in San Francisco. Mariners beat the White Sox 4-3 in Seattle earlier tonight. Diamondbacks over the Angels 9-4. Blue Jays ahead of the Brewers 3-0 in Milwaukee. I should say they beat the Brewers in Milwaukee 3-0. Yankees beat up on the Royals 10-1. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, home runs in that game for New York. Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1 in St. Louis. Rockies beat the Twins 5-4 in Minnesota. Ryan McMahon, a home run in that game. Phillies beat the Red Sox 4-1 at Fenway Park earlier today. Kyle Schwarber hit a couple of home runs in that game for Philly. Guardians beat the Reds 5-3 in Cincinnati. Rays over the Cubs 5-2 in Tampa Bay. Nationals beat the Tigers 5-4 in Detroit. Orioles beat the Braves 4-0 in Baltimore. Jorge Mateo, a 3-run home run in that game for the O's. And the Marlins beat the Mets 4-2 in New York. And that is a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Tuesday night. You guessed it, Kyle Higashioka providing tonight's play of the game.
What was the crucial play that determined who came out on top? This is today's Play of the Game, presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
2-2 from Alexander on the way, hit in the air, deep down the left field line, towards the corner, gonna go! Higashioka has homered in each of his last 3 starts. This one a walk-off. And the Padres survive it 4-3 against the A's. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon.
Kyle Higashioka, no doubt about it, providing our play of the game. Not only his 3rd home run in as many starts, but his 4th home run in his last 5 games. He has now 4 home runs in the month of June. Really impressive for Kyle Higashioka, who got off to a really slow start offensively, but he has been a real presence in this lineup as of late. Nick culminates with a walk-off swing here tonight. So great moment for Kyle. It's been a really nice addition, I think, to this team. Brought a very professional attitude inside the clubhouse. Really have enjoyed getting to know him, and he was terrific once again here tonight. The big swing in the bottom half of the 9th inning, propelling the Padres to a 4-3 win. All right, before we wrap things up on this Tuesday night, let's squeeze in a phone call. We've got, I believe it's Jay calling in. Hi, Jay. You're on the Padres postgame show. What's up?
Sammy Lev, it's been a minute, dude, since last year, but we felt the need to call in tonight. It's me and Joe. Look, we were at Chaldean night in center field, and, man, what a game to watch tonight. So we've been up, we've been down, we've had, tough losses, tough breaks, right? But good wins. Tonight, I got to give it up. Taddy with his, hitting streak, man, we're looking good. And then Kyle with the walk-off. So, ultimately, we're going to say 1 for 1 on Chaldean night. But at the same time, Padres looking good. We got to get the numbers up. But pitching, bullpen looking great. Let's continue on. Sam, it's been a long time, bud, but we miss you. We love your show. And let's keep going, bud.
All right, Jay and Joey, I appreciate it. Thank you for calling in, and I thought that was going to be the Jay that usually calls in from the car on his way home. So good we squeezed in Jay there. And, there are a lot of things we didn't talk about really extensively here tonight. I think Randy Vasquez is one of them. Vasquez tonight, 5 innings, 1 run given up. Was he perfect here tonight? No, but you know what? You look up at the final line, and again, it was a good start for Randy Vasquez, really his 4th good start in a row. So encouraging from him. He dealt with a lot of trouble in this game, and Vasquez threw a grand total of 86 pitches in 5 innings. Padres thought that was enough, but you look at what he had to deal with tonight, the leadoff home run to Toro. Then after that, another base runner on in the first inning, 2 on in the second, 2 on in the third, 2 on in the fourth inning, had to work around a 1-out walk in the 5th inning. So Vasquez did a nice job in this game, and quite frankly, the Padres bullpen did a good job in this game, aside from the home run given up to De Los Santos, and then it was the big swing from Kyle Higashioka that won it in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Were the Padres perfect here tonight? No. Did they miss some opportunities? Yes, but you know what? You have to just find ways when you're playing the Oakland A's to win a ball game, and that's what the Padres did in this one here tonight. So you'll certainly take it, you'll run with it, and we'll see if the Padres can pick up their first series sweep of the season tomorrow against the Oakland A's. And again, if you missed it earlier, the reasons for the two main things we wanted to hear about from Mike Shildt a little bit earlier. Jeremiah Estrada was unavailable tonight. In fact, he wasn't even here. He is dealing with an illness. He was sick, so he was not even in the building here tonight. And then with Jurickson Profar, who came out of the game after that swing in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Again, if you missed it earlier from Mike Shildt, he's been dealing with a bit of a sore knee, that left knee. So it's something he's been dealing with, elected to come right out of the game. It doesn't sound at this moment like anything the Padres are too concerned about. Unclear based on what we heard from Mike Shildt after the game, if he's going to go get imaging on it or not. You would imagine maybe there's a chance he does. We'll see, but I would say this. Here tonight, you just hope it's nothing overly serious. Doesn't seem like the Padres think it's anything overly serious right now. Let's see if Profar's in the lineup tomorrow and kind of go from there. And if he's not, we'll have to assess and see what we can find out tomorrow. So it is something he has been dealing with, though, which, you know, I think maybe you can put in a little bit of good news category just to know it is something that's been just sort of bothering him and he's been dealing with rather than something that just happened with his knee out of nowhere. That would sound more ominous to me, but I don't want to speculate. Let's see what the deal is tomorrow if Profar's back in the lineup, and we'll go from there. But otherwise, aside from Estrada being unavailable, aside from De Los Santos giving up the home run, aside from Profar coming out, you look at this game, man, pretty cool ending. Kyle Higashioka, the walk-off home run. Taking a look ahead to tomorrow, it'll be Michael King on the mound for the Padres. It'll be left-hander Hogan Harris on the mound for the Oakland A's. First pitch tomorrow at 1:10. Our pregame coverage begins at 12:10. Again, King for the Padres, Harris for the A's. Taking a look at the final totals in this one here tonight. For the Padres, 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For the A's, 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Padres left on a grand total of 8 in this game. A's left on a grand total of 7. Winning pitcher here tonight, well-deserved win for Robert Suarez, who got 4 outs in this game, inning and a third scoreless on a grand total of 8 pitches. He improves to 3-0 on the year. And it was James Alexander who took the loss for the Oakland A's, and his name's not James, it's Scott Alexander who took the loss for the Oakland A's. He's now 0-1. Time of game, 2 hours and 40 minutes, and the crowd here at Petco Park, a sold-out crowd here in downtown San Diego. It was sellout number 21 of the season, 41,945. Once again, first pitch tomorrow at 1:10. Our pregame coverage begins at 12:10. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Nick Danucci, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long and good night. Again, the final score as the Padres win it on a Kyle Higashioka walk-off home run. The Padres 4 and the A's 3. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Have a great night, everybody.